So how many of you old school RPG fans have come home from a long day of work wanting to fill that craving of delving into some dungeons that look like they are directly from the first Wizardry game, but you're just way too tired to even bother with coming up with strategy plans for battles or busting out the grid paper to create maps of an elaborate dungeon? Well, it seems like the developers of Dragon Ruins are able to relate, as they have created an old school styled auto battler dungeon crawler with a description that literally says a dungeon crawling microgame for tired people. And since the kind people over at Graverobber Foundations were kind enough to provide me with a free copy of the game, I figured that today we would do a first impressions of the game to show you what the game has to offer and show you kind of what an old school RPG auto battler even looks like, because I didn't even know that that existed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game. The first thing that I do want to point out is that this game does not have mouse support. So if we go into new game, go ahead and start a new game here. You can use a controller if you have one plugged into your PC, but I'm just going to use my keyboard for this. And just like a lot of old school blobber type games, the first two characters that are going to be in your party are located in the front and will get targeted more often. So usually you're going to want either some tanks here or your melee characters if you're going to have mages. You definitely don't want to put your mages in the front row, because mages typically you're going to have less HP, so they're just going to die faster. And then conversely, the last two characters in the back will get targeted less, so you want to plan accordingly. So basically, if you're going to have an archer, if you're going to have a mage, anything like that, put them in the back. If you want a tank, if you want melee characters, put them in the front. And for this game, you will have archers, you have brawlers, you have generals, you have knights, kunoichis, priests, sages, and witches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a general in the front, and I'm going to put a knight as our second character. So both of these are pretty tanky. They have decent HP, and their attacks are okay, but the main difference between the general and the knight is going to be the speed. So the knight's going to be able to attack a lot faster. And then for our third and fourth character, I'm actually going to use a witch and a sage. And then the game will start, and we have the queen here that says, "Welcome, brave adventurers. Thank you for coming on such short notice, for I have an urgent request. I am Queen Elisaria of Iziguer, I think that's how you pronounce it, the descendant of Nala of the four legendary heroes. Ancient ruins have been discovered near the capital, but no one who ventured inside came back alive. Court mages informed me that they detected the presence of a powerful being, an ancient dragon. I hereby request your assistance in slaying this ancient dragon. If you succeed, you'll be rewarded with the title of legendary heroes. I pray for your safe return, and that will be all." So basically, that is the story. The story is not going to be a very strong point in this game. It is quite literally, you're just trying to slay a dragon. That is your whole goal throughout this. But this game does kind of rely mostly on its gameplay, or if you want to say that, because again, the game is an auto battler, so it's going to be doing most of the gameplay for you. But because of the way that this game is designed, there's not going to be too much dialogue. There's not going to be too much story. Actually, there's no dialogue at all outside of that first little thing that we had. Because again, this whole concept is that this game is an auto battler, and it's something that you're going to be playing while you're watching Netflix or browsing YouTube or something like that, and you just kind of want to, play something on the side without too much, you don't need too much brain power, right? So here we are in our player hub. Let's see, we can navigate through town. We can also use the controller to navigate all of these buttons. Here you can see you can level up your characters at the guild. So we have a guild hall, which we will level up all our characters, and I'll show you guys kind of the leveling up process later. It's not too in-depth or anything. Actually, all of this is pretty simple. Basically, there's going to be a blue meter right next to your health bar, and when that fills up, you'll see a little arrow that pops up next to the health bar, and that just means that you can level up. You spend some gold, and then boom, you're good. You can also visit the blacksmith to improve your character's equipment. Again, it's very simple. You don't actually select weapons and armor and stuff. I kind of wish that you did in a way. I think that would be a nice little touch, just to add a little bit extra to the game. Even though this game is meant to be very simple, I think it would be just, something extra. And last, you can visit the shop to buy items. And just like I was mentioning with the blacksmith, the shop is pretty simple, as well as you only have access to medicines and teleporters, with teleporters being a way to get back to town, and then once you return to town to heal up and everything, then it will send you back to the original position that you just left at in the dungeon. And then medicine doesn't actually heal your characters at all, it just kind of revives you if and when you die, because this game is pretty difficult, and you will die quite a few times. The whole thing with this is that the game's going to kind of handle the combat side for you, but you do kind of have to manage like when's the best time to return back home and all that, because yeah, things will kick your butt. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump into the maze real quick. Here it says you could use WASD to move or Q and E to turn in the dungeon. You can also use the arrow keys and the numpad. Alternatively, you can use the D-pad on the gamepad and L1 or R1 to strafe. Press the space key or bottom face button to open up the status menu, and press the escape key or right face button to open up the auto map. So this game does have an auto map feature. So at the top left, you'll see as you move along throughout the dungeon, it will fill up the map for you. It'll also tell you what direction you're facing, your coordinates, and the amount of gold that you have access. So battles flow automatically parallel to the exploration. You can run away from monsters by leaving the area, return to town to heal, level up, and stock up on supplies. You'll have to discover the rest on your own as you play. Have fun. So here we can see this is where we just came down from into the dungeons from our town hall or whatever. So once you go back up there, it will heal you and everything. But while we are here, we are going to move forward. We're going to go into one of these halls. And as soon as I go into this door, we're going to end up getting attacked. And you'll see kind of how the combat is. It's pretty fast. So as you see, we're fighting thieves, we're fighting wolves, and we're fighting slimes. And you have like there's no control here. It is all doing it automatically. As you see, we have taken some damage. We gained 21 gold from that encounter, and there is a blue little bar that I mentioned earlier that now you can see since we just got done with some combat right next to our health bar, and that is our XP. So as that rises, we can go back to town and level up and all that kind of stuff. So let's move forward. There's a little room here, so we're gonna come in here. We got wolves and slimes, so we're gonna fight those. And currently our witch is getting close to death, so let's go ahead and map out this room. And then very fast, since we're just right here, we're gonna come back into here, back to our town hub, and it has healed up all of our characters for us. Currently, we only have 21 gold, so we can't really level up anything. Actually, right now we can't level up anything anyways because we don't have enough XP. But if we were to come into our blacksmith, as you see right now, all of these are at 0. If we wanted to level up, I think the first one is, yeah, the first level up is 50 gold. So we gotta wait until we get 50 gold to grab any of those. Same thing with the shop. The medicine is going to be 25 gold, and then every time that you actually purchase medicine, it is going to go up by a certain value. So I think it's like it goes up 5 gold per purchase. I think it's that much. But we're gonna go back into the maze. And also earlier it mentioned something about the status screen. So it shows you what our levels of our characters are, how their HP is doing, what their current attack and defense is, their speed, all of that stuff. And this is also where you can use your teleporter or return to town if you need to, I guess, get back to town pretty fast. So we are going to go ahead and move forward. And here we have like a little bit of a crossroad, but we're just going to keep going forward again. Let's go into this room. We got some kobolds. Okay, so they have died. Our general is actually surprisingly low. I didn't expect our general to go down that fast. But we're going to push forward a little bit more. Our imp and a worm. So they have died. Now we have 50 gold. So since we have 50 gold, let's go ahead and go all the way back. Let's get some new gear for our general, because our general is going to be our tankiest one. So for 50 gold, we can buy an upgrade to the general's equipment. We'll go ahead and confirm that, and then boom. The general's equipment has been improved. Attack and defense has been increased by 1. So you don't exactly pick out what gear the general is getting or anything. The game just kind of handles that for you. So we're going to go back into the game, and then we are going to move down here. Then we have an imp and a thief. Boom, okay. So what's down here? Imp and a slime. And then if we go into this room. All right. The thief has died. We got 8 gold from that small encounter. We have 34 currently. So we're starting to rack up everything. If you look at our characters right now, all of the blue bars are maxed, and there's a little orange triangle at the top of this little arrow. And that means that all of our characters currently can be leveled up. So since our health is good, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and auto map this room so that way it is on our map, and when we look at it in this mode, we can kind of see all of the area that we have filled, and we're going to explore some more so we can try and get some more gold because I think the first level up is like 25 gold, so it's actually pretty cheap. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to kill some zombies. Then move forward. Oh, we got a shadow and some mages. Oh, our general's about to die. That's not good. Okay, hopefully, oh, we've lost our archer. All right, time to turn. All right, yeah, it was getting kind of tense. Okay, so I want to try this. I haven't tried this yet, but I think if you go into the status, it says return to home. Can we just like directly like go back? Pay 26 gold to other adventurers for a quick trip back to town. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So what I'm gonna do instead is, because I know which areas we kind of traveled down, we're just gonna go back the way that we came, so it's a little bit safer. So as long as we follow the path that we took, yeah, okay, we got back safe. So we have 52 gold, our guys are healed up again, and because our general and our knights are kind of like the main defense for our party, I'm going to go ahead and level them up first. So we're going to level up our general. So now our general is level 2, health and our attack and our defense have increased. And we're going to increase our knight as well. So boom, the knight is now at level 2. And we are going to go back into the maze. But this time, let's go this way. So now we have kobolds and wolves. Because as you can see, the further that we got down in the opposite direction, this way, some of the enemies started getting harder. So the further that you progress through this, the harder that the enemies will get. So your whole thing is that you want to try and just keep going back and forth to try and level up. It's a slow progression, but you know, you want to try and level up as much as you can so that you can get through this dungeon, clear out whatever you can. And I believe there are 3 bosses that are in the map. And once you find the dragon that's in the map, then your whole thing is to destroy the dragon, and then it's game over. The game itself, I don't think is super long. I think it's only like 2 or 3 hours or so, but this game does rely heavily on New Game Plus. So once you beat the game, the enemies will be stronger, your party will be stronger, and you can get back in and just kind of go for a more challenging experience and kind of continue where you left off and just try to find the I guess, the new dragon now. And yeah. So here our knight and our archer died. So let's head back. We have 79 gold currently. I do want to get our, not our archer. I don't know why I was saying archer. Our witch. Let's get our witch leveled up, and let's get our sage leveled up. And now, we still have 29 gold. I can't really do much with that because we can't buy a weapon. We can buy some medicine, which you know what, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll buy some medicine. Revives a fallen party member, buy medicine for 25 gold. Let's do that. So as you can see, it went up by 5 gold since we bought it, and that will happen, I believe, for both the medicine and the teleporter. It will go up in value every time that you buy one. So we're gonna go back into the maze. Luckily, the harder the enemies that we end up fighting, the more gold and stuff that we end up making. So we don't have to worry too much about that, but it is going to be a lot of going back and forth just like this. So let's come in here, let's clean out this room, because I would like to auto map that. And we're just going to try and go for like this entire little corner right here. This whole little area right here. I'm going to try and see if we can get this. So kobold and the worm. They have been cleaned out. And then we have 2 little rooms right here. Let's go into this one. Kobold and the wolf are dead. The wolf did 10 damage. Good God. Our sage and our witch are almost dead, so we gotta be very careful. But we do have the 1 medicine, so we will end up using that if one of them go down. Oh man, our general is almost dead too. That's crazy. They are really messing up the general. Okay, let's see if we can go around. I know that they're... Whoa! Oh, okay, this might be bad. Alright, our general died. So one of them had already died, which means that our medicine ended up getting used. Yeah, we don't have a medicine anymore, but we do have 88 gold, which is neat. I kind of want to try and see if we can make it around this corner. Let's try and do that, because we still have our knights. Our knight is at pretty good health. And if anything, I could just run for it. So let's kill these kobolds. Our sage is currently dead. Our witch is almost dead. All right, we made it back. Sick. So we have 113 gold. All of our people are back to being healthy. And let's go ahead and once again level up our general. This time it will be 50 gold. So our general is now level 3. Health and attack and defense have increased. And we actually have enough to level up our knight as well. But I kind of want to use that money to upgrade our witch. And that'll increase their attack and defense by 1. So hopefully that'll help us a little bit with our damage. I'm not entirely sure what all of the stats for our witch and our sage and everything is. There's nothing in the game that really states what kind of spells, what kind of attacks that they're doing or anything. It's just kind of like, here is their stats, here's their attacks, here's their defense, and that's basically it. So we're going to come down this way. We're going to go back to where we were, because there was a little room over here that I would like to try and auto-map, which we have some enemies in here, of course. 13 gold. Now we have 33. So we got a little chunk from that. We come down this way. Go ahead and fill that up. 2 goblins. Then let's come into this little room. Which this room has a little room over there. And now our knights and our witch have leveled up. Come in here. Good God, that's a lot of kobolds. Alright, we almost have a max XP for our whole party. We just gotta get some more XP on our general and then we're good. Okay, so worm, kobold, a worm. Our witch is kind of low on health again, which is to be expected. I mean, you know, our support and DPS characters are gonna be kind of always lacking in the health department. Yep, our witch is dead. Okay, so we gotta watch out for the general. I'm actually really surprised that our general is taking more damage than our knights. I didn't expect that. Our knights is actually tanking the best. Okay, so we're about to die. We're about to have a full wipeout, so let's try and get back home. Because if we die, it's not a game over if we die, but we will lose time. And I think the only thing with time is that certain enemies will respawn in like whatever area that you're in, and I think you lose some gold and stuff. But it's kind of strange, to be honest, because the way that the death system is in this works is that it'll say like 200 or 300 days have passed, and then it might be like the next year. It might be year, instead of 1000, it'll be like 1001. But I don't know if like there's any lore in this game, because I haven't seen anything about whether or not like it's a necromancer that comes across us and like resurrects us, or like what's going on there. Because I don't really see a reason for us to be saved if 300 days have gone by. I feel like we would just all be like permanently dead, right? And we just need a new party. All right, so we have 191 gold, and we have 3 people who can level up. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and level up our knights, because our knight seems to be helping us out the most. And then we're gonna level up these 2 as well. Now all of them are level 3, which is pretty nice. And I think we'll go back in. I'm not gonna buy any more medicine, because if I'm being honest, the medicine just kind of seems like a waste of money at the moment. Later on, it might be helpful, especially if we're trying to go against the dragon. But currently, like, just kind of going back and forth, that seems like the best approach. So let's kill the enemies in here. We have 47 gold. Come on this way, so I can clear out all of these areas. We have an empty room in here that I apparently missed. Oh, right, because we were about to die. So we're killing the worms. Now we're coming back out here. We have this little room. Oh yeah, we're just annihilating these guys now. Now that everybody is leveled up, we're doing a little bit more damage. We're a little bit more tankier. We're just kind of eating through everything. So let's come back down here. And then we do have a little bit of a crossroad here, so let's come down this way. Kill these guys. And then auto-map this little room. And then this one right here. Okay, so we've lost our sage. Our general has a level up. I'm going to try and push forward a little bit, because I think we're okay at the moment. Let's look at our map real quick. So, where we currently are, if I go to the door that's to the right of us, leave it, and then go straight down to the edge of the map and then back down to that main room, we might be able to leave without anybody severely dying. If anything, we could just keep moving forward. Because if we keep moving forward, then they can't really keep up with us. So let's do that. Let's come out this way. We've only lost one party member, so it's not terrible. But, okay, wait, yeah, nothing's attacked us. So we're good, we're good, we're good. Go ahead, come over here. Let's level up our general, 75 gold this time. And then let's see if we can do anything with our blacksmith. Oh, we can get some new gear for our knights. So let's do that. Okay, so everyone will be at 1 once we get our sage up. So we just need 50, what, 20, 25, 15 gold? I don't know math. 15 more gold, something like that. I'm bad at math, okay? Worm, goblin. All right, let's kill them. Kill these guys. And then we're just going to push forward. Make sure to automap all of this. And then we're going to grab this little room right here as well. Nice. Let's see how much... Oh, wait, hold on. Let's wait until after this battle. Okay, that one's done. Let's see how much we have. So we've filled up quite a bit of the map so far. Kill that. There is still that one room down there. I just kind of like to make sure that I'm mapping out all of the rooms, so I'm gonna go back down this way. And we're gonna make sure to get this room. That way I can kind of know where my progress is. Plus, in one of these rooms, there's gonna be hiding the bosses. So there will be the dragon, which is like the end game, like that is when game is over. But there are 2 other bosses hidden somewhere throughout the map. So I'm not sure if we are strong enough to take them out just yet, though. Let's see, we've lost our witch. Do I want to try and continue? I think what we'll do is we'll come back down this way. We'll have to play it safe because I don't have any medicine or anything. The medicine would have been a good idea, but at the same time, again, I feel like at this point, it's kind of a loss unless we are fighting bosses. Because right now, it just feels like we're kind of like leveling up and stuff. Whoa, okay. All right, let's move forward. Yeah, I don't want our general dying. Our general is the last one. So we're at 167 gold. We'll go to blacksmith, and then we will level up our sage. And boom. So we have our sage leveled up. And I think that is where we will leave this video off for today. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a taste of how the game is. One thing that I will note is that this game does not have randomly generated maps. If I had any complaint toward this game, I think that would be the one thing. I think that this game could benefit greatly if the map itself did have random generation to it. So once you completely fill out this map, that is the entirety of the map. The enemies themselves, I do think they respawn in a random pattern. I can't say for sure for the locations of the bosses, but the actual dungeon layout itself is not randomized. As for any other critiques that I have towards this game, I think that if we had more shop items, maybe some health potions or something like that that wasn't just medicine that revives you, I think that could be very handy. But overall, I think for an auto-battler dungeon crawler that is very nostalgic, I think that this does a very good job at what it is trying to do. The game is only like $5, it's very cheap. It has a really good soundtrack. And honestly, this has been rather addicting. I found myself kind of playing this on and off whenever I'm like watching YouTube or I'm watching anime or Netflix or something like that. I'll just kind of toss this on and, you know, kind of delve through the dungeons and stuff. And I have found myself enjoying it. Anyways, guys, that was my first look at Dragon Ruins. If you guys liked this video, make sure to give this video a like, comment what you guys thought about the game, and subscribe for more videos just like this in the future. And with all of that said, I will see you guys in the next video of whatever I decide to make.